Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF Bets race of the day for Wednesday, December the 6th, race number 7 at Aqueduct. Let's take a look at the field. We've got some New York bred sprinters, non-winners of one other than Allowance, 6 furlongs again. A field of 9, Matt, and let me tell you, I had a tough time with this race.
Yeah, I had a hard time coming up with any sort of opinion at all, let alone a strong opinion. I think you can go a couple different ways, and I feel like this is one of those instances for me. It was not a matter of having a million choices that I was excited about. It was basically pick your poison.
Free formulator past performances for this race available at the DRF.com race of the day event page, and also a great deal for DRF Bets subscribers. If you sign up to DRF Bets right now, you will have a pretty substantial bonus waiting for you. We'll throw that up right now. The DRF Bets bonus is $300. DRF.com/fall. Promo code fall300. Let's take this field in post position order. The number 1 is Certaldo. Blinkers on. First time gelding. Lots of changes. I think slight class drop.
Yeah, it's slight class drop. You look and see some of the horses he's been running against. The winner last time out, 82 buyer, runner up 79. Blinkers on. First time gelding as far as reporting is concerned. It's just going to be an interesting thing to find out what you get off the layoff for James Bond. I wonder if you're going to get what you got 2 starts back, because if you get that race, and I know it wasn't against as good company, if you get that July 1st race from Belmont, I think he's got a chance.
Good tactical speed to be sure on this 7-2 shot, coming off a little bit of a layoff, but not as much of a layoff as the number 2 Daneberry. We haven't seen him since January the 22nd. I liked some of the things he did when Gary Contessa had him last year up in New York. His race 3 starts back, easily second best behind James Lane, the favorite, then winning by 12 lengths with a very competitive 82 buyer speed figure. Then last time out, he was in against Way Tough for horses. Yep. Papa Shot is a stakes class New York bred. The runner-up came back to win with a 73, then was second with an 85. The third horse, the aforementioned James Lane, came back to win with an 82 buyer. Now it's a long layoff, however. I wonder if he needs a race first time for Charlie Baker. Plus, I think this horse is going to be more effective with more distance.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me think that, like you say, off this long layoff, 6 furlong starting off point. Also worth noting, 2 other next out winners coming out of that most recent start, 7th and 8th place finishers, 87 and 83 buyers. I also wonder too, to me, I can't help but notice that 2 starts back, his only win to date came in gate to wire fashion. If he doesn't make the front, which I don't think he's going to, maybe he's up against it.
That was over a wet track as well, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to make the lead in here. He's another horse that's tactical like the 1, but there are some questions to answer to be sure off the layoff. The 3 is Cecilia Mike, who was claimed by Gary Siaka 3 starts back, immediately won at Belmont going turf to dirt, then against tougher horses, first time against winners, caught a pretty good field. Couple of next out winners.
Yeah, the winner came back 77 next out, and the other horse came back 78. So I mean, this horse has been facing decent enough. The problem that I have is after 17 lifetime starts, you broke your maiden 2 starts back against a weak maiden 40 group, and he's run second or third 11 times.
The 4 Italian Syndicate was a winner 3 starts back for Danny Gargan, but things have not gone right since being claimed by Rick Schosberg. First time out of the box for Schosberg, next to last. Then as a first time gelding, last. This horse has got to find himself in quick.
I suppose you've got some form early in 2017 that would make him competitive in here. Off the recent form, I can't back him.
We talked about some horses with tactical speed. We'll throw up the Timeform US pace projector to try to get a clearer picture. And our friends at Timeform US believe that the number 5 Ransom Note's going to go right to the top. And boy, Ransom Note, this is a in Linda you trust play, because the last time we saw Ransom Note, Linda Rice shipped him to Finger Lakes. He was 1-5. He ran a 1 buyer speed figure. It was a fairly live race, as you see by the next out winners in the company line, but this horse now hasn't been seen in over 6 months. I have no idea what we're going to get. Probably some speed at least.
Yeah, I guess the problem that I have too is not just that last run, it's the last 3 runs. It's been speed and fade in all of them. Maybe if you want to say it was against better, but that most recent start up at Finger Lakes, it's against non-winners of 2 life. I have a hard time backing a horse with high outfit, high profile connections. They're going to take some money. I don't know where this horse is. Hard pass.
Number 6 is Call Me a Star. Now, this one's only lifetime win came against $25,000 maiden claimers at Penn National. His first start on this circuit was not great. Again, it was a key race. I'm not sure if that race that track favored this horse's running style nor the pace of the race. but boy, he's got to do a lot more.
You're going to need to improve from a speed figure standpoint. I suppose if you think for some reason the pace is going to heat up early, he'll be coming from the back. The problem is going from a mile to 6. He's going to be well out of it.
7 Rock Dock, I think, is the horse to beat. He's the 5-2 morning line favorite. I thought he ran great 2 starts back at Belmont. There were 4 horses battling it out for the early lead. He was the widest of that quartet. He eventually made the front. He put away another horse, and then Fleet Irish, who's okay, was able to wear him down late. I expected a lot more. So did a lot of other folks last time out at 2-1, and for one reason or another, he didn't fire. Maybe he bounced off the race 2 starts back. Good tactical speed, good outside post position, capable buyer speed figures, perhaps some upside, is still a lightly raced 3-year-old. A lot of things to like.
Yeah, a lot of things to like other than what you're going to get for a price. Because he's going to be the favorite in here, and I would imagine he's going to be a pretty considerable favorite. I would imagine somewhere in that 8-5, 7-5 range. On paper, he makes all the sense in the world. It just decide what point you want to stay on or get off.
While the folks at Timeform US believe the 5 will make the front, I think Grassity's only chance is if he's able to get to the lead. He has an aggressive rider in Paco Lopez. Positive formulator fact for his trainer, Chris Engelhardt. In New York bred allowance races at Aqueduct dirt sprints over the past couple of years, 23%, a $3.12 ROI. And while this horse has been doing very well at Finger Lakes recently, he does have a win over the Naira circuit. His second lifetime start at Belmont, we earned a 77 buyer. So you're getting a sharp horse here, a horse that's won half of his 10 starts.
Absolutely has to go to the front. All of his victories thus far have come in gate to wire fashion. The problem is, again, like you say, up at the Finger Lakes, he had that maiden score at Belmont. But the problem that I have is with this horse, if you think that he needs to get to the front, Timeform US has almost all of his running lines coated blue. So he was out there on soft early fractions. He's going to need to go a heck of a lot faster if he's going to clear.
Let's take a look at our top selections for our Wednesday DRF Bets race of the day. I'm stabbing with the 9 Ethan Hunt. I've been fooled before by Ethan Hunt. I wonder if the blinkers have sort of turned him around. He won last time out at Belmont. It was a $20,000 claiming race restricted to 3-year-olds. He had a really nice in-out trip. If you believe the buyer he fits, I think a lot of folks are going to look at it from 2 reasons and say, A, that buyer just doesn't seem right, considering the horses that have come back have sort of fallen back in Ethan Hunt's usual 65, 67. And I think this is a gigantic hike in class from the 3-year-old restricted claiming to the open New York bred allowance race. Ethan Hunt's going to need a little bit of hitting up front, but he's sharp enough. He does have a win at Aqueduct, and if that fig is right, he fits at a big price.
I think his tactical ability is going to go a long way in here if he's good enough. Now, that my big hang-up, I picked him 3rd, was I don't know if that 76 is legitimate.
I think it's a fair question.
You look and see the horses that have come back. You had the runner-up with a 67, the 3rd place finisher with a 44. So he's going to have to prove a little bit, but at the same time, that outside post, you're going to have a beautiful sort of opportunity to work out a trip in here. I just had a hard time putting him on top, but you're going to get a big, big number.
10-1 on the morning line on the 9 Ethan Hunt. You're going with the 1 Serataldo. Again, lots of changes. Blinkers on. First-time gelding. Good tactical speed from the inside.
Again, for me, it was a matter of pick your poison. Not because I love this horse. I won't be betting a dime on this race, but I just went 1-7-9-3.
Matt's going 1-7-9-3. I'd play a few dollars at Ethan Hunt. He has to be 10-1.
Yeah.
But mostly from a multiple race standpoint, I think my major lean would be on Rock Dock.
Sure.
I think his race 2 starts back was legit at 7 furlongs. If he runs that race, they're going to have a whale of a time beating him. So he would be my key in multis, and I would have Ethan Hunt as a backup in that sort of scenario. Again, if you're playing from home, DRF Bets always has great deals for new signups. $300 bonus at drf.com/fall. Please, please, please use the promo code FALL300. And approximate post time for race 7 at the Big A on Wednesday. Your DRF Bets race of the day is 3:47 Eastern. Best of luck.